Welcome back to another episode of Talking with Rafael with your host, Rafa, and the Erwin Show with your host, Erwin. Thank you so much for joining this episode. What up, dude?
What's going on, Rafa? How you doing, man? We're back. Another live episode here. Our show is getting going. Quite a bit of good topics to talk about today, but before we start, I do want to tell you guys that most importantly, please hit and like this video, share with friends and family, and if you have anything you want to talk about in the future, reach out to us. Or social medias are right below the screen right now. That's popping up right here on the YouTube channel. We got the Talking with Rafael YouTube channel and the Erwin Show respectfully as well. But yeah,
yes,
Rafa.
Ladies and gentlemen, I changed my actual name on Twitter. I finally did it. I went with the TWR_Rafael. So, thank you so much for joining another episode of Talking with Rafael with your host Rafael. And make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and share with your friends and family. Without further ado, Erwin, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Pretty good. Not too bad. Good things.
Do you feel like I need to stare at the camera, or do you feel like because sometimes right now, I'm not staring at the camera. I'm looking at you.
Me too. I'm looking at you.
So, but the thing is, your camera is like on your eye level, so it doesn't seem like you're not looking at the camera. It looks like you're looking at the camera. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like for me, the camera is way up here, and so it's looking like I'm not looking at the camera. So sometimes I have to like look at the eyeball of the camera.
But here's the thing, though. I'm looking at you right now, and I'm looking at you right now. When you're looking at the camera, it looks like you're looking at me. So I mean, when you're looking down, it looks like you're actually looking at me. You see, like I'm looking at the camera right now, and then here I'm looking at you. You see the difference? You know what I mean? It's whatever you feel comfortable with.
I know, right?
Whatever flows your boat. Hey, shit. Hey, no judgment.
It's all good. It's all good.
Shit.
At the end of the day, in the future, we're gonna have like two couches, like two lazy boys. Wait, two lazy boys or just like I want like the one seater couch or maybe like an L shape.
Yeah, bro. I'm okay with the couch on the side. You just kind of be more relaxing, you know, like just kind of like,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, more relaxing, definitely.
More chill. New things coming soon. Shush,
definitely.
Fuck yeah.
Anyways, I do want to bring up a few topics that we have in mind here. We're gonna be talking about a little bit about discipline and consistency. We're gonna be talking about fatherhood, and not in that specific order, depending on how each topic hits a fucking nerve. The way I like to say it, because sometimes it's like, yo, that just hits the spot on that conversation. Like, let's go. Let's talk about that shit.
Hey, man, last topic that we talked about. I mean, we weren't back on Tuesday. My boy had his plans. And luckily for me, was it Tuesday? No, Wednesday, right? Wednesday.
For you, it was Wednesday. For me, it was Tuesday. So me and my wife, we try to do like a date night here and there, and an opportunity comes to have a date night on Tuesday, and I couldn't let that go. So that's why me and the wife, we went to see the movie Avatar, the second one.
Finally.
Yo, that movie was dope. Not gonna lie. I don't think it was worth the wait, but it should have come out sooner, in my opinion.
Bro, I mean, it's a little late. What is it, 15 years late? Roughly, somewhere around there?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's look it up.
I think it's around 15 years. And they're already trying to come out with a new one for the next continuation. Because the way it left off, man. See, that's where the fatherhood right there. That's something that the fatherhood right there that to me, bro, like, I'm not going to lie, bro. I was like, why you
wait. We gotta warn them. Spoiler alerts about the Avatar movie. It's already out. A lot of movie critiques they usually tell us not to give any spoiler for like 2 weeks, but ever since the pandemic, they're like, dude, just give the spoilers right away.
Yeah, who cares? That's just been out for a minute anyway.
Yeah. So go out, check it out on your the movie theaters near you. The Avatar movie is out right now, and this is your warning. Spoiler alert. Anyways, go ahead.
So here it is. And the fatherhood.
The son fucking dies, dude. I fucking was like, no.
Dude, not gonna lie. So here it is. So I'm a father. Most of y'all know that. Rafa's a
Yeah.
father. The
I
way
mean,
that you
obviously,
stare,
you can hear the
you
baby
know,
cry in the background.
like it's
Yeah.
just rough on how it happened, bro. And the worst thing
Hmm.
is, I went to watch this movie with my boy, and he was just staring at me like, "Don't look at me, bro. Don't look at me, bro. Don't look at me." Because, dude, I was holding myself back, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
"Man, that shit sucks." That shit sucks. That shit felt very uncomfortable. It felt, I don't know, it just
Did
didn't feel right. It felt,
Did you
I felt that. You know what I mean?
do you not cry in front of your son?
I
Have
do,
your
but
son not seen you cry?
I
Okay.
so I try not to do it. There's a lot of
Uh
reasons
huh.
because okay, so this is my point of view. There's times when there's times in your life that shit gets hits hard, and
Yeah.
you just when your kids around you, you want to make sure you look strong as you can. But I
Mm,
don't like when he looks at
you
me. I don't want to show him that that emotion for him.
okay?
Even though he drives me crazy sometimes and stuff like that. Just the way that he stares at me. He stares at me in a way that makes me feel like, what's the matter with you? I don't want to talk to him about it. You know what I mean? It's just like, ugh.
Okay,
But no, I
that's
try
a good
not to.
question.
So I try not to do that at
So
all because, yeah, no, 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 no.
so here it is. There's the Avatar that came out in 2009, and the sequel did not come out until just recently. Now,
Okay, 13 years then, roughly. 13 years. Dang,
yeah.
it's a long time. It's a long time, man.
Wait, did it came out last year or this year?
The movie came out this year.
This year,
This year, yeah,
2023.
2023.
Uh,
Just to
I
double.
mean, I don't know why
No,
I'm
I think it was
asking you.
January. I know. What are you asking me, bro?
Oh,
You,
Avatar 2 release date. Yeah, yeah, last year.
oh
So
no,
13 years.
uh,
I mean,
did it came out last year or did it came out this year?
2009 minus 22.
Yeah,
That's 13 years. Your own spot, sir. But yeah, I do think that, man, you do bring up a good point about fatherhood and be show vulnerability in front of your kids. I always show it. I don't care. I think to be transparent with your kid is important. I feel that I mean, I'm not telling you how to do things. I'm just giving you guys the point of the way I treat my kids. And so I think that with either my son or my daughter, I always be as transparent as possible. That's why I'm even debating on like telling my daughter about Santa Claus because I don't want to be the one lying and giving her like the first lie about Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and shit like that.
don't
But I
spoil
do,
it, bro. Don't
huh?
spoil it. Don't spoil that.
No, dude, because
I
think
get what
about
you're
it.
saying, but just
Like,
don't do
every
it, bro.
kid goes through it. I don't
Of course.
like. I get it. Every kid goes through it. Like, yo, here's your first lie in your life. Your first disappointment. Santa is not real. And your kid is like, Santa's not real. And if they end up finding out before you tell them,
Why
oh
didn't you?
shit.
Yeah. Have you ever
So
watched this episode from South Park? Do you ever watch South Park in the past? The
I
cartoon,
watch episodes here. It's more like clips that I watch of South Park more than
dude.
anything.
There's an episode in the South Park that actually says the Tooth Fairy's not real. The two, God damn it, mom! Why did you lie to me? So he freaked the fuck out. I
Yeah,
was like, all right, it's understandable what you're saying, but then again, you
yeah.
had to look back when you were a kid. When you were a kid and the way
Oh,
you
dude.
did things, you know what I mean? It's just like, how
Mm.
did you feel when you found out Santa Claus was? I mean, I don't think you found out. I don't think nobody told you. I think you just found
I
out
fucking
yourself.
found out.
Yeah, you just found out for yourself. You're like picking an eye in the
No,
middle of the
dude, I
night
was
and shit.
pissed when I found. I think that's why I don't want to lie because I was pissed.
Oh, I don't
So
blame
the
you,
way I
dude.
found out, I think I was like between 7 or 8, and it was because my dad didn't show up, and I knew there was something up.
Uh-oh.
And I think I was hearing already like Santa's not real, and I was like being naive and be like, no, Santa is real, blah blah blah. And then my dad didn't show up, and then as soon as he show up, I noticed the presents with his hand, and I was like, I fucking knew it, piece of shit, you lied to me. Of course, I didn't call him piece of shit, or else he would have blew
Well,
that
I
fucking
hope
bell out.
I hope you didn't. You know what I mean?
No.
But so here's one little thing too that bring
Mhm.
up to the attention. Even though like I feel like things are not the same like they were in the past. Even though I think
Let me ask you this: how do you find out that Santa wasn't real?
I just found out for myself,
You didn't confront. I'm
yeah,
assuming you confront your parents.
no, until this day I still haven't said anything to them. In
So
my
they,
mind, just
I mean, do they like, yo, Santa's coming, or like,
well,
oh,
and back in those days it was Los Reyes Magos for us. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
but the three kings. What we call them.
Los Reyes Magos, which it
Yeah,
comes on January, now on the 24th.
yeah. It comes. Well, technically, the 24th for us is a little bit different because we don't have Santa Claus out there. I mean, we had Los Reyes Magos, three kings,
Yeah,
but you
sometimes
still get like a
some.
double.
I
You
feel
know,
like some people don't even like. Yeah, Santa's not real, buddy. Like we're too broke for that shit. Santa
but
doesn't come for broke people like us.
so no, but I don't know. I just found out for myself, and I'm like, okay. I found
Hmm.
out for myself, and it just kind of like it got to the point in age. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah,
figure it out. So that's why they make such a big deal about it. That's why
yeah.
I didn't go like all wild or crazy, or anything like that.
Mm,
So I don't know. I just feel like it just wasn't something for me that I can say, oh, okay, this is what's
yeah,
going on, or I feel this way about my parents. No, I just kind of went with the flow. I didn't really go with like anything different. I just pretty
yeah,
much went with it. And I mean, for now, I wonder sometimes, like, man, I think my kid knows this Santa guy is, it's not real. I don't even ask him. I don't even ask him because
yeah.
I don't want to ask him. So,
I
but
really hope my niece and nephew are not listening to this podcast because it will be like a spoiler alert because they're 7 years old and they still believe that Santa is real.
well, yeah, don't kill it for them, bro. Don't kill it for
Yeah,
them.
it is gonna be. So I'll make sure to text my sister in law and be like, "Hey, don't listen to the podcast. I'm talking about Santa. It's not real." And they know how to read, so they'll be like, "Santa's not real."
What the
No.
hell, mom? What is up
Yeah.
with
Oh
that?
my god.
No, but then
It's like,
I
damn it.
think the whole topic of fatherhood too, that like
Hmm.
I think that's something that originally we were talking. We're gonna start a different way, but Ralph over here about. Do you really believe in Santa? you know, but I just feel like there's a couple
Hmm.
videos, for example, explaining what the significance of fatherhood to us. At least for me, I speak for
Hmm.
myself. You know, a lot of our generation back in the days, either we grew up without a dad or we had a mother. Without the mother, majority of the time it was the dad that would walk away. Unfortunately, that's how it was.
Yeah.
The way the system works now and how it has worked since, it's been kind of a little messed up. The way
Hmm.
that I feel like, man, they actually love their kids, consistently there for the kids, work for the kids, provide for the
Yep.
kids. Um, and I'm using this as an example, guys. I'm using this as an example because I've been wanting to talk about this, and I've finally had the opportunity to do it. So I want to talk about this because I feel like a lot of guys don't get credit. I feel like our
A lot
lifestyles
of
have changed so
fathers.
much. A lot of fathers, sorry, have changed our lifestyle. There is still those fathers out there that like they have plenty of kids and like they don't give a shit. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. But
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
think like that the ones that you're trying to communicate is about the parents that are actually present
right.
with their kid. Yeah.
So even when if you're in a relationship, married or separated, either you don't get that taken away. But what I do want to kind of aim more directly at this point, and then there's mothers in here that actually listen to this. Take a moment to listen to this. I want you to listen very
Fathers
carefully.
too.
Fathers
Not
as well.
just mom. Yeah,
No, I
not
know. I was
just
gonna
mother.
get to that. I was gonna get to that. But what I want to say is this: um, I understand how the system works, and
Hmm.
unfortunately, you guys might not agree with me, especially the women's on the side. I feel like the actual government protects females a lot more based on this,
Hmm.
and I feel like the rights for the parents are not really there. I'm including myself in this as well. And the scenario that I'm trying to say is it's a very unfair system how it works. You go through a lot of shit, you go through a lot of nonsense, and the system doesn't see that in their eyes. You know, for those that actually personally know me, you guys know my situation. And then I'm just gonna talk to you guys about it because I'm gonna talk about in general of how I experience things. Don't give up on whatever you're doing. Don't lose your patience. There's going to be days that you're going to be devastated. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be pissed off because the waiting process is very long. Anything to do with the father, and you're there in the
Mm-hmm.
life of the kid, you're an amazing person. Don't ever doubt that for yourself. No matter if somebody tells you you're a piece of shit, you're not even a good father, don't listen to that shit. Because in reality, if your kid doesn't complain to you and doesn't say anything bad about you and is happy with you, why do you have to worry about anybody else has to say? You know, I think it's very important that what matters is forget what everybody else has to say about you. What matters is what your kid's saying about you. He's happy, forget everything else, you know? And what I'm trying to get with the system is broken is a lot of the single, I'm going to consider here the single parents now, single parents, fathers,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I want you guys to understand this. No matter what you do, the battle is hard because they will always go ahead and try to put you as the problem. You're the problem. You have to provide. And here's an unfortunate part. You work your ass off. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing absolutely nothing wrong. And just because one person decides this, you decide to move on from somebody's life and they don't like that you're moving on, the best way to target you is hitting you with your kid. Why is that? Because they don't want to see how you're like improving. You're doing better. You're doing this. You're doing that. But forget that. The way to hit you is, you know the answer to that, Rafa. What is the way to hit you for that? You're
Take the kid away
separated.
from you.
Yeah. You know, you're getting away from that. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the famous child support. This is where I disagree with that. I disagree with the fact that child support should be an equal, based on whatever situation is. He's with you or she's with you one weekend, certain days. So is she or he is with mom certain
Mm-hmm.
days. I have to take care of my kid when he's with me financially, based on, clothing, food, support, anything. If it doesn't make sense to me, then now you have to take care of that kid as well on the other end. This is where I say the system is messed up because somebody can be just pissed off at you, very upset for you because you're moving on, and bam,
Mm-hmm.
you get hit. What I'm saying is, if you're part of that opportunity in your life, look for your resources and try to make something happen for you. Don't lose your patience. Don't get mad because that's what they want from you to trigger you. You're a good father.
Yeah.
Don't never doubt that.
Mm-hmm.
Things will turn around because a lot of people do lose the patience on stuff like this. And I've been seeing a lot of videos where good parents, fathers, unfortunately fathers, they get hit hard. And then you wonder why the situation happens with a lot of these fathers. A lot of these fathers will actually feel the pain, the stress, everything you can think of. You have to make sacrifices. You have to do a lot of things because you can't live the way you were living. They don't care. They really don't care. They will try to make your life miserable. Why? Because they think they need to be reliant. They need to punish you. No matter how good of a father you are to this either boy or little boy or little girl,
Yeah.
you're gonna get punished. So I want to take a minute, Rafa. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna take a little water break because I've been talking a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
um,
I've been letting you
so
talk because
I know.
there's
So
a
what I'm
few
saying
times
is,
that I was like, "Yo, I
yeah.
need to
So,
like butt in here and like confirm this because
but like just in general, like I said, it's just
have a
it
sip of water, bro.
sucks.
Have a sip
It's
of
it.
water.
Yeah. Let
Just
me take a sip of water.
take a break. Take a break. Let me take it from here.
Go ahead. Right.
Now, here's what uh, my advice to every parent, and I know this is going to be a hard one because not a lot of people can do this, but my best suggestion is find a lawyer. Find a lawyer to help you out to get the best out of your kid. Especially, don't wait. Don't assume that you're not gonna that other your your other spouse is not gonna do the same. Don't assume that. Don't assume like the best scenario. Always assume the worst scenario because at the end of the day, uh, if you have the good intentions in your heart, you're gonna unfortunately you're gonna pay for the consequences that you didn't take the certain actions.
You said it good.
Um,
You said it perfect there, bro.
So my best advice is, I mean, even for anybody who's a father, to please get a fucking lawyer, no matter what, because there's things in the court system that you don't know, that you think you might know, and you have no clue. And so, and I honestly, I won't talk about this because it affects uh my kid. So I have to like just kind of be specific on the information. I cannot give details. So until I consult with him, and he will be okay on expressing this. But the biggest thing is that you get a lawyer, because there is stuff in the court system that you don't know. That's why people should, before they get married, get a prenup. Because if you don't get a prenup, a prenup doesn't mean exactly what the what the general people have selected what a prenup is. A prenup is a set of rules that you want to set up, so that way the government doesn't set up the rules for you. And that's what a prenup is. So set up your prenup, set up your, if for some reason your future wife or your girlfriend, when you bring up the prenup, throws a fit, you already know that's not gonna work, and you should walk away from that relationship right there, buddy. So, and I know I should have said boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, if your girl bring up a prenup, set up like organize, like, hey, if something happens where like you and I not work together, doesn't work out, kids, this is how it's gonna work, money wise, relationship wise. It's not just about money. It's also like setting rules within the relationship as well. And the prenup is rules for you and your spouse. So, you drinking water, buddy?
I'm good.
Okay,
So
my
yeah,
turn.
so that's yeah, I mean, I get it. So pretty much, like
Mhm.
all I want to say is this. Whatever it is, things didn't work out with you guys. Don't put the child in between it.
No.
Because here's the thing is, I don't want to see the situation, and I'm telling you this from experience. I've been through a lot of the stuff that I've been going through, and it's been very, very slow.
Yep.
And I mean, Rafa has a good point with the lawyer, and I understand not everybody can afford a lawyer. But
Mhm.
however, there is lawyers. You may know somebody. They can give you some kind of advice. They can give you some help with some certain things.
Yeah,
And
you
one,
can get a consultation and see what's the best thing you can do. You can. I personally got screwed, to be honest, and that's as far as I can fucking say, that I got screwed with my son, and so, and I'm paying the consequences as we speak.
and
So,
Rafa, for you being here, man, I appreciate it because I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and I feel comfortable
mhm,
enough to me to say what I have to say because I feel like a lot of fathers they just let the system process. It's
yeah,
just unfortunate, and I'm gonna say it like this because it's truly I'm very disappointed, very upset because either our fathers or our fathers' fathers, who started the situation, made us as a target as a man, like you're not reliable. It's very hard to be able to have some kind of alignment distance or kind of like a communication form or kind of a form with the government to make sure that everything aligns equally. And it's just unfortunate. You'll get hit for anything. They don't even ask you questions. I mean, I think the questions
yeah,
should be asked. You know what I mean? Like, I think they should
yeah.
ask you, like, hey, is he in his life? Hey, does he do this? Hey, does he do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's just
And that's the
questions.
thing. That's why you gotta bring a lawyer, and
Yeah.
the lawyer knows how to work the system in order for to get the best out of the situation. It is not so much on like getting the most money out of it. It's also setting up visitation hours, setting up like therapy for your kid, because that's another thing. A lot of people don't believe in therapy, and being a kid whose parent has been divorced, being a father who's got separated from the first baby mama. And like it does show like therapy, it is needed for the child, the father, the mother. And and it sucks because it's not something that the court system is going to bring up. The court system is assuming that you and the defendant know each other's the law. If you don't, you need to get the lawyer.
Yeah, and then I just think that, like you said, it's something that I've been doing for a while. I've been researching this. It's not easy. It's a hard task. I spend hours filling out documents, doing
That's it.
certain things. Oh,
Hours.
well, I don't
Try
like to wait.
days, weeks,
I don't like to
months.
do that. I have one. I had one. I have one, and that little one has taken me quite a bit of a time. I don't like to wait. I like
Hmm.
to get stuff done. That's the type of person I am. If I need to get something, I fill out document done is asking all kinds of questions. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to finish it within hours. But those are hours that I don't want to spend doing that. You know, and just
Yeah.
being said, it's just, to me, the system itself is so messed up because
Hmm.
as a father, my priority, my son, I try to affiliate with him. I try to be accommodated with him. I work on his schedule because that's his schedule. Try to make him a better person for himself. But there's one thing I do want to tell to you guys, fathers, fatherhood, single fatherhoods. If you're going through the same situation like this, just remember this. All the time and effort you put in with your kid and everything you do with your kid,
Hmm.
he's going to realize and say, damn, after all this time, people have been telling me otherwise. I mean, I understand there's mom out there,
And
there's moms out there. They're like thinking, like, what are you talking about? Not
let
everybody's the same.
let me
No, they're not.
let me tell you something. That's gonna take a while.
Oh, of course.
That's
Of
gonna
course.
take a while, dude. I guarantee it's gonna take a while before your kid finds out the truth. Before the kid can see through the parents' lie, can see through not just the lie but the manipulation. Uh, there is gonna take a minute, especially when they're where they don't know nothing else besides what they've been told. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for example, let's say you tell your kid about Santa and your son doesn't know shit until he's 20, 22 years old, where he goes off to college and decide that to learn that Santa is not real. Santa is based on this person, Saint Nicholas, and blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. So until then, it might take even longer if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
But one thing, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to use as an example. I would used to think the same way you thought about what you just said. It's going to take a
Mhm.
while. But here's one thing that I have noticed, you know, and this is not me asking questions. I don't ask questions. I don't ask him anything. I don't put it,
Mhm.
anytime I have problems with, or whatever, whoever it is, anytime I have problems with that person, it's none of my business. I don't care about your life. I don't care what you do. All one thing asking, if
Mhm.
you're doing better, great. That's good for you. Because that, to me, it don't matter. You should be looking to be better for yourself and for your kid. If you know how you were in the past and that was a problem, then that's a huge problem. And this is where I
Mhm.
want to bring this up too. As you guys know, we live in the state of Utah. And unfortunately, the state of Utah is very mommy protecting. Very mommy protecting. I
Yeah,
know,
they tend to lean towards um the favor of the mother.
right. And what I'm
And for the longest time, I think, man, I don't know how accurate this is. I will have to research it. But for the longest time, it didn't matter if the mother was a crackhead, didn't have a place to live or anything like that. They will still be like, well, it is the mother. The mother should take care of the kid. Dad, you need to pay child support.
and
And
that's
you
that
barely get any visitation hours.
that's exactly where it kind of irritates me,
Hmm.
because that's why I'm saying the system is broken. Men nowadays are not the same like they were in the past. Men, they actually are men who take care of their sons or their daughters, who actually take care of them. They're considered men. There is going to be those men because you have problems, because of this, because you have that. It's understandable. But here's the thing, though. If you
Hmm.
want to be really strict about this whole mommy thing, why don't we figure out a way to take the money you take on my paycheck every time to make sure the kid is taken care of? Specifically, I've heard many times people saying, "Oh no, it's not all this that they need and that. There's a couple more things." Okay, what other couple more other things? Whatever you are doing at your house is your responsibility. What I'm doing at my house is my responsibility. What makes it right for me to pay an amount of money when I have to take care of him with me and him with you? Why? It just
It,
it's
and
it's a
here,
parenting. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It,
here's some stuff that I found out. Let me There you go. So you can actually see it more. It's the 50-50 custody common in Utah. 50-50 custody is an increasingly popular custody arrangement with the Utah divorced parents. Increasingly popular. That means it wasn't popular. That means through our life is recently increasing as we speak right now, where in the instance that 50-50 custody means one parent has the kid 50% of the time and the other parent has the kid 50% of the time. And that's how it should be, because at the end of the day, when you have a kid, it's 50-50.
there it
It's
is.
half of you, half of the uh, your spouse or the other parent. It's not 70%,
No,
it's not 80, it's not 90.
no.
And that's one of the things that it needs to be taken in consideration.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Rafa.
Mhm.
And that's the thing. Like, I feel like, and this is why I want to bring on this topic too. Mothers out there, you probably have the craziest, shittiest father you have. I understand that. I do.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm not protecting men, all the men. I'm just putting my sense as a person.
The very few.
There's a few of us that can count with ourselves. We're not all the same. But just because you're mad at the world, you're mad at him or anything, but he's still providing for himself with himself and his kid in his position,
Hmm.
it doesn't mean you have to push him hard. Because here's the problem. I relate with a lot of people that have grown up with my life and the shit that I have to hear. The shit that I had to hear for so long that frustrates the shit out of me because it's so annoying that what makes you think that it's right for you to do this? Because I don't feel like it's a necessity for me to do this. I don't have to do that. I don't have to. I'm already taking responsibility when he's with me. And in there's cases like Rafa was saying, crackheads, alcoholics, those are the worst
Uh,
because and they still get the possession of the possibilities for this kind of stuff. And this is I'm not saying all the mothers are the same way. I don't care if you were my ex and you do
yeah.
whatever the hell you want. That's on you. I don't care. Be
Let me
happy.
show you a little statistic. I literally type on Google, what is the percentage of father getting custody? Here's the awful news is 26.2% state by state rankings. And when I click here on the custody, Utah is 26.2%. So, and in Arizona is 50, Nevada is 50, Colorado, New Mexico, Alaska. Like there's very few states where it's 50%. Even California and New York, they're in their 30s. I'm trying to find like to see if there's a lower number. Rhode Island, 24%. Can you see the map?
I can see the map. It's just kind of a little bit little, like kind of tiny. But I can see it.
Little by little by little by
Yeah,
little.
sorry, I think.
Washington State, 23.8%. Oklahoma, 22.4%. So you see the number, oh, Tennessee, 21.
Damn,
I think Tennessee is the lowest.
the lowest. That's
So yeah,
insane.
number 50, the lowest. So as you can see, it is really, really hard for a father in that case, you know. And I'm not saying like, and here's my theory about this is that I'm not saying all those fathers are great, I'm saying like that is a very low percentage. And if we put like all fathers are technically only 26% of fathers are all great, that's kind of hard, you know?
It is.
I don't think that's accurate, but that all fathers are that great. Like, I think like this is how many cases are being lost and in the court of justice.
Here's another one too that I want to bring up too. The economy right now is kind of crazy, right? And it's been kind of crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not going to get any better. But I want to tell you this: there's going to be things that you don't see and you don't realize that people have to do to make a life, to make themselves live, to be surviving in this. Because here it is, the system is very broken on how everything just gets hit. You get
Yeah.
slammed with anything, curveballs, nothing. But the moment you're trying to do something, the very moment you're trying to do something, this in particular, it takes a long time. It's a long process. And it's unfortunate because these processes make you seem so uncomfortable. There's
Yeah.
people, you know,
Yeah. I don't know if you can read this, man, but for the audience who are listeners only, do men ever get full custody? The chances of a father getting full custody are climbing. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, fathers made up 20% of custodial parents in 2018, up from 16% in 1994. So for like, yeah, dude, 22 years? No, longer. Uh,
32.
I'm trying to do the math. God damn it, this is hard.
No, 23 to 1994.
1994 minus 2018.
29. Oh, 2018.
Yeah, because this is according to 2018. It's only
What,
been up, but it's plus 20 years for
24
sure.
years? 24 years.
24 years.
24 years
24
is,
years, only 4% increase, dude.
this is the
And
crazy part, guys.
and let's not talk about like the parents actually, like the father. Listen, we're gonna make the assumption that all fathers are fucking great, and we're just making that statistic based on all fathers being great, and that only 4% increase, and that's all we get. That only 26% of us parents, of us father, get to have either half and half custody or full custody. It's
yeah,
it's
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 just,
awful.
it's unbelievable. Like I mentioned, and this is why I'm telling you guys this, and sincerely, like I said, I've been through this situation. I'm going through situations. It's not easy. But one thing I do ask for you guys, for especially single fathers, who may have a crazy psycho
Mhm.
baby mama who doesn't care, wants to make to see you happy, doesn't want to, anything like that. She just, oh, I'm too concerned about him, too concerned about his life. The best way for them to target you. Like I said, I'm not targeting every woman. I'm just targeting specifics because here's the thing. My respects are to those women that this person walked out of life and she's taking care of this kid on her own on general. I respect that, and I know some of y'all. You know
Yeah,
what? I respect that because it shows that you don't need that.
yeah,
But here's
and
it, and I
yeah,
respect that because it's hard. It's hard, you know.
and definitely listen. I know great mothers who bust their ass. I'm actually friends with a lot of single mothers, and there's times where I ask them like, dude, how in the fuck do you do it? Because you're a great mother, and I agree. Some of their fathers are not
Like
around,
nowhere to be found.
and that sucks.
It is.
But here's the thing though, for some like for some experience, it, man, I'm gonna have to say this, but like in my experience, it was taken away from me, unfortunately, because I didn't know the justice system. So it was taken away from me. I couldn't do shit about it. I was 15 years old when I had my first son, and up to this day, like we're building our relationship, but it was taken away from me. I couldn't do shit about it. So,
But you say
and
the word that you're doing. You're
yeah,
doing something about
of
it.
course,
That's what I'm
because
saying. You actually want to be in somebody's life.
Yeah.
and you're putting the time and effort for that. You
Oh,
know,
definitely.
you're doing that. You're putting yourself in your life. You're putting your kid before anything. Your kids, I
Yeah.
should say. Let me say your kids in general because you have two. It's not just
Oh
one,
yeah.
but it's just
And
crazy. You know what I mean? It's just like
yeah.
it's
And
it's not the same. It's a complete different system.
oh
And
yeah.
that's why I feel like the gates get closed for guys, for males at least, with kids. They get closed because they're making an assumption without asking no questions. They'll come in and grab from your check. They'll pull your health insurance no matter what. Guess what? I don't need you to do that. I was already putting on my health insurance. I already had them. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Why are you putting pressure on me? Is the
Hmm.
thing is the questions are not asked correctly.
Yeah.
And the problem is to deal with this system. And for those guys that actually hear this, correct me if I'm wrong.
Hmm.
How many hours you're spending on the phone contacting ORS to ask a basic information just to give you dumbest, stupidest answer. And then on top of that, you have to wait this. You have to wait a month. Now you have to wait 6 months. Guess what? You're still getting hit no matter what because you have to wait. Oh, so I'm still getting screwed. Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying is they don't ask questions. We don't have an opinion here. We don't
Here's the
have no
thing
say.
though, and this is what the best advice is: get a lawyer, because those lawyers will shrink that 6 months to like they might even do like if you have all the evidence, all the information ready at your hands for the lawyer, the lawyer can actually say, I want to do an emergency custody change. I have evidence here that the kid is not in great hands, and I have evidence behind it. And they can do an emergency court section within 24 hours. So the mother have to will have 24 hours to present evidence that it might be a fucking movie, not gonna lie, because I got it from a movie. But the parent might have 24 hours to present uh, concrete evidence that they are not uh, that the evidence that you provided are not accurate. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and here's another one that I want to bring up too. The video you sent me with the guy.
Which one?
That's the one video. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it.
Dude, ladies
I
and
know, I
gentlemen,
know.
just so you know, I sent this dude about 50 fucking memes.
Uh-huh. Even
So
when he's yeah.
when he
Uh-huh.
said that video he sent me, I'm like, which fucking one?
Okay, so let me say, so when he sent me this video yesterday, I watched it and I got a little upset. So this guy, I believe in the state is in the state of Washington, Washington D.C. I think it was where he's at. He took a DNA test. Okay, and this is where I'm telling you the system is fucking broken. He took a DNA test. The DNA
Mm-hmm.
test said negative. They're trying to put him in jail because he never paid child support.
Bro.
How in the
Oh,
fuck?
okay.
Explain this to me. How in the fuck is
I think
this
that's
gonna
in the
be
state
this
of
system's bro?
Louisiana.
I think it was Washington actually. I think it was
Washington?
Washington D.C. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's irritating me because clearly the test showed that
Look
it's
up
a
the video.
negative.
Look up the video. I can't find it.
I'll look up for it, but it's ridiculous to me to understand that how is the system so broken? And I'll tell you this for example too. There is
Mm.
parents out there. Sorry, let me correct myself. There's men out there who actually will be back.
Hold on.
No,
Hold on.
hold on,
Hold on,
because I
dude.
have to say it this way. Because if it was
Hold
the other
on.
way around, guarantee it wouldn't
When we
happen.
say men, it's actually men who are willing to take care of their kids. That's why when
Men,
we say men, not beat up dads, not beat up, you know, we're not talking about the trash people. We're talking about actual men. Go ahead.
it takes a man. So it takes a man to have, say for example, you had a kid with somebody, and then things happen, separate, and you end up getting back with the same person has a kid by somebody else, and you take care of that kid because
Hmm.
the other person thinking that that kid is not theirs
Yeah.
because it says all this shit, right? How do you feel? You take care of somebody else's kid. You grow up with them as a man. You got that. You get an attachment with that kid, and
Yeah.
the fact is, now you're gonna get hit for that shit for child support because whatever reasons you decide to step in and be the man that you are because you want your
Hmm.
family. You get hit with child support too. And after the DNA test is hitting you, now you have to wait until whenever the fuck they feel like it. This is the shit I'm talking about. How the system is so fucked up. When even clearly the mother or whoever will say the mother will say that's not the father. We don't give a shit. we're still gonna collect. Clearly, the mother says it's not the kid. I understand. I understand this is
Mm.
happening. I understand shit happens. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm trying to say. It's just like, what the hell's going through their heads? What are they thinking? What is the reason for
So
it? You know?
let me get this straight. You want to know if what the father goes through their head if, when they find out the kid is not theirs, but they build this attachment
Yeah, that doesn't
and
that
they
could be one. I'm just
stay
talking about
around.
the woman's mindset, because they're like, okay, they decide to leave, they decide to move on from their lives, they decide to move on, and then they start looking better, happier, and they want to screw
I-
them over.
Based on that scenario is because um the mother's not thinking about the child, and so far the child's father figure is the man who stay with him. So unfortunately, there is I think based on that scenario is that I'm gonna need more information, but it all depends on like, yo, this dad grow up raising this kid, no, and then 18 years later find out that it wasn't his. Damn, that sounded like Kanye West song, dude. Gold digger. So you raise a kid on your like and end up paying child support and end up supporting this kid and end up not being yours. In the end of the day, that kid will be your. I mean, technically, that kid will only see you as a father because you're the one who stepped up. So, just saying.
Yeah, and then I agree with you, dude. I agree with you. It's
Yeah.
just like, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you guys, it's hard to understand that, but you really had to think about it and let go the stupidity you're thinking of, because you decide to move on and whatever happens and things that don't work out. You should be grateful, because there's a reason why that shit happened. There's a reason why you guys are not in the same boat anymore. There's a reason you guys need to start thinking about stuff like that, and think to yourself and saying, why do I need to continue doing this? Why do I have to continue being this life that I don't want to be anymore? And the moment I started to do my own thing, you know, and that's the worst thing. This is why exactly what I'm getting at. Like, you have to be, and you're looking out for your kid no matter what. Whatever you're doing, you're taking care of your kid. What does it matter what you do with your personal life? Don't be salty. Don't be all up in their business. And another thing I'm going to tell you, if you
Mm,
find somebody else that appreciates that little man or little girl and appreciates them, you should
yeah,
be grateful. Be fucking
definitely.
grateful. Don't be a fucking hater, hypocrite. Because that's the problem. Because that's where you kind of get to the point that you're jealousy, you proving that you're not allowed to do anything. You know what?
Yeah.
Forget you. It's my life. I'm doing better. Don't be mad that I'm doing better. But I'm doing my responsibilities as a dad, you know? And that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Like, I just want you all to understand this. And I'm talking to you for the listeners, the followers. Listen to my story, because it's something that, men go through shit, not just women. We go through shit in situations like this.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
difficult. You you have no idea how much shit you have to sacrifice, how
uh,
much shit you had to turn down, how much shit happens that you can even tell your closest friends a lot of things because you don't want to get judged. The moment you put yourself in my shoes, then you'll be like, fuck. And I'm talking about my shoes, anybody else's shoes, because it is draining to
oh,
be
yeah.
in a situation like this. Sorry, Ralph. I couldn't find the video that I sent you, bro. Or did you send me? I don't know where you texted to me. I think you did, probably. I want to say you did. But the video that
And
Rafael
see,
sent me,
guys, I don't just send them messages
every-
through Instagram. I send it through every fucking media. I send it
oh,
through
you did. You
Twitter,
did. You did. It's
via
on
text.
YouTube. It's a via text. Go scroll up. Yesterday at 3:30, 3:38. So if you want to share on your screen, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I
But
see.
this
I
is
see it now.
exactly what I'm saying. So I'm saying very clearly, if the shoe fits for you guys,
So today he turned himself in, but here's what happened when 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell went with him to court. Carnell Alexander walked into the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice knowing in moments he could lose his freedom.
I stayed up all night, couldn't sleep, thinking about it.
Carnell is a wanted man because he refuses to do what the state orders and to pay child support for a child that DNA tests prove isn't his, a child he doesn't even know.
I haven't even had a chance to really speak to him, except for one time when we took the DNA test.
Nonetheless, right now, under the law, he's a deadbeat dad. Today, he turned himself in to the judge as ordered.
Scared because I've been before this judge before.
But this time, he had attorney Cherika Harris, who volunteered to help after seeing his story on 7 Action News. The judge said he will not go to jail.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the clip that I sent them. Based on the information that I just provided here. Yeah, and this is exactly my point. Why you need a lawyer, because a lawyer will help you. They know how to work the system in order to help you out. It's not that you're getting away with murder, but at the same time, is in the situation of this gentleman here, it's like, dude, I'm not even the father. Like, this is the reason why I don't need to pay this. This is why. Like, this is exactly what. If this man would have had a lawyer from day one, this shit wouldn't be a fucking issue. And I understand that a lot of people don't have the sufficient funds to get a lawyer. But I think there's lawyers out there where they can do like a different type of payment where you get to pay them after they win you the case or after the case is closed. But I would, if I was you guys, I would do your research in order to find that out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. Rafa, thank you, dude, for joining me on this conversation, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and I want to get this out of my chest. And I want to let you guys know, man out there, great fathers out there, you're not alone, man. You're
No.
really not alone. You know,
We should build a
just
YouTube,
wanted to know.
not a YouTube community. We should build a Facebook group of great fathers.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, you know, in Rafa, in my case, for those of you guys who know, I'm going on the process by myself at the time being, because a lot of
Get a
situations,
fucking
like I said,
lawyer.
it's been a
Get a fucking
oh,
lawyer.
bro. They're pricey, bro. They're fucking
No,
pricey.
I'm not saying it like
They're
you got
fucking
money to
pricey.
spend.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm not saying
they're
it like you got
fucking
money to
pricey.
spend. I'm saying
But
it in a way where, dude, you see this, you could be this person. A lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta understand, you could be this guy right here. It doesn't matter if you're the woman or you're the father, the mother or the father. You can be in this situation of paying child support for some kid that is not even yours. That could be like one of the scenarios. The other scenario can be where like this man got divorced, and Joe Rogan actually explained it on one of his episodes before he'd sign up the Spotify deal, that one of his friends got divorced, end up paying half 2/3 of his salary in California.
oh fuck,
She got stuck with his house, and he still had to pay. And she's been dating this dude, but the court says once you find someone else, you have to, like, the payments will stop. So this guy literally have all his stuff in a truck, and as soon as the court comes to check in, he leaves with the truck, and then the girl stays in and pretends that she's living alone, that she haven't found someone else, that she has so much emotional damage. But nobody is concerned about the husband having emotional damage and financial damage. So I don't have the video for that. If I find it, I will post it on my social media, either on my Twitter or my Facebook, or not Facebook, on my Instagram, so that way you guys will be known.
So I think I just kind of want to leave the topic here now. But I just want to say one last thing. In my personal opinion, I do agree with Rafa about the lawyer thing. I do, but I am going to tell you something. If your situation is as difficult, as more difficult than hell.
Hold on. There you go.
Sorry, more difficult than hell. I would say definitely do it. But if you have nothing to lose, I'm telling you, nothing to lose. As a man, nothing to lose. And here's the thing: you're not trying to get the custody. You'll be okay with the custody, no problem. But you putting yourself out there and get what's right. What is actually right to me is having the 50-50. That is the right thing. If you or her fuck up, that's on you. Period. This is what I'm saying. I'm doing a lot of these things on my own right now. I'm waiting for this court date to come in, and I'm doing a lot of things for myself. Because right now, on my end, I'm looking pretty good. I'll tell you that. But then again, I'm facing not just her, also the state of Utah. That's what I'm facing. But what I'm saying is this: start is where the most important thing is. You have to start somewhere. You have to start
Definitely.
somewhere. You have to dedicate that. You have to start somewhere because if you don't start somewhere, you're not going to go anywhere. Absolutely not. So do yourself a favor, fight for your rights, fight for your child, do the right thing because it's only fair. It's not fair that you have to suffer. It's not fair that you have to be living differently. And you know what? Just keep smiling. Just keep smiling because you know what? Things will turn around. And I can tell you that things will happen. Whatever it is, you want to talk about it off the air? Hit us
Hey,
up.
dude, I think we need to do the short clips for this kind of message like this, man. Not gonna lie.
I agree.
So, with
So
that being said, we got 4 minutes left. Let's derail a
go.
little bit because
I
I feel
let
like my friend over here is already relieved. He got he felt that
I'm
fucking
tired.
pressure of his
Hey,
chest like come
I'm
out.
tired. I'm ready. No, seriously, dude. I feel
But
good to talk about it. So just wanted to share that
no,
moment
dude,
with everybody.
that's what we
So
built this podcast, this platform for, because there's things in our life that is happening that we share with other people, and we actually need to talk about it. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are what's it called? There's lot of people out there who are like not knowing and living in this unknown place, and they think
right,
they're alone, but you're not
right,
alone.
at
We're all
all.
dealing with our own shit. But without further ado, with the last 3 minutes, let me show you what this dude fucking sent me.
Lose weight in 4 easy steps. Step 1, no beer. Every time you drink a beer, it's
Bullshit.
like eating 7 slices of bread. That's a lot of unnecessary carbs. Step 2, portion control. When eating out at a restaurant, cut your meal in half and ask for a takeout container to save the rest for later.
I agree.
Step 3, have your heart broken.
I disagree.
And not just broken, but shattered. Like a girl who never loved you and never will.
Okay. I think I cut it right there because it says 4 easy steps, but it only ended up 3. So I totally disagree with that message. The beer, yes. I think you can cut it. There's other ways to. I mean, listen. Personally, I think like if you have a beer or two, that should be plenty, because life is short. You should be able to have a good time. I think it is important to realize that taking care of yourself is very important, and having a beer or two is actually taking care of yourself. It's actually having winning a winning oh my gosh, a winning victory lap dance, basically. Have a beer or two with your friends. That's actually really good. Now, on the portion control, I agree. Sometimes restaurants, they decide to, if we look at, let's say, portion control on, excuse me, guys, my heartburn is kicking in and I forgot to take my medicine for it. But if we look here at a portion control, you can see the images here. You can see that, oh, of course, this is gonna, I clicked the wrong shit because I have it all zoomed in so that way Erwin can see it. But as you can see here, you guys gotta have the ability to find the sources of how to portion control as much as possible. Here's a good example of what the portion control is. And the thing is this is where another reason why the education system is failing on nutrition, because as you remember, the famous pyramid, the food pyramid, and
Yep. Who has forgot about that?
Yeah,
You know what's crazy? A lot
where
of
they
people
show
think
you,
that.
and this is the worst accurate way of doing it. And the thing is that they don't tell you, like, the most important thing is your fruits and vegetables. After your fruits and vegetables, it's your proteins, and then your carbs. And the fact is that a lot of people are following this. And as you can see, the food pyramid is awful. It should have been the other way around. You should not have 6 to 11 servings of carbs. No way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the food pyramid that it was provided to you by the American system, where they try to sell as much as possible. So they try to tell you that you should consume that much carbs. They should tell you to consume that much milk, yogurt, cheese, fats, and oils is really little. Like, it makes no fucking sense, ladies and gentlemen. So for me, the best way is find out with the nutritionist what's the best meal plan for each of you, because not everybody eats the same amount. Not everybody eats the same way. For example, Erwin over here, and I'm saying for example, Erwin over here can have a Baconator and a milkshake. Let's say, for example.
Damn.
And he will be fine. I mean, he will feel full, satisfied, and all that. If
I'm
I
in a
have that
coma.
milkshake, if I have that milkshake with that Baconator, my cholesterol will go up, my sugar levels will go up, and I might run the risk of diabetes. I might risk of a heart failure, because even though we're like human beings, we're both males at the same age, even though I'm older than him. At the same age, there's different things that is happening inside of our bodies, and whether he drinks a milkshake and his sugar level might spike up, or if I drink a milkshake and my sugar level stays normal, it will be different. So this is why I suggest for everybody to find a nutrition and find out what's best for you, and keep track. I mean, just take a full month of keeping track of what you eat. See what, buy one of those sugar levels measurement, cholesterol measurement, and figure it out. Find out what foods spike up your cholesterol, what foods spike up your sugar levels, and adjust it. I'm not saying eliminate it completely. I'm saying, like, hey, there's gonna be that one day that you do want that beer, and you deserve that fucking beer, because you probably hit the gym every day. You probably eat healthy all throughout the fucking month, and you just want to have a beer with your friends. You earned it. Go have that beer with your friends. You earned it. Until then, just ask yourself, have I earned this beer? No?
No.
Then work at it. Then work at it. But if it's a yes, then drink it. And when you drink it, funky, do like every commercial, just gluk gluk gluk, and fucking enjoy that shit, man. Enjoy it. But that's within discipline and consistency, and that for me is the key to. You don't need a heartbroken. The step 3, I guess. The step 3, it was you need a heartbroken. No, you don't. You need to have. I guess a lot of people type of heartbroken can be looking yourself in the mirror and see if you're happy with yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, what is it that you're not happy about? Can you change it? If you can, do your best. But don't take the easy. Excuse me. Don't take the easy way out. And I'm sorry. I know a lot of people who have done this, where like they don't like themselves. They look at the mirror. They don't like themselves, and they take the easy way out. And by that, I mean go get surgery. I've seen a lot of people. I know a lot of people who have either get their stomach staple. I see a lot of people where they take that easy way out, and guess what? They're back where they were. And unfortunately, that's not the way it is. America, or at least the nation of TV, have been selling you the propaganda where in 30 days, if you take one pill, not this pill, but if you take a one pill a day, you lose 1 pound per day, and you lose 30 pounds in 1 month. That ain't accurate. What it is accurate is the discipline and consistency of what's healthy for you. Exercising is healthy for you. Eating your fruits and vegetables is healthy for you. Eating some protein is healthy for you. And I say some protein because I know we have some vegan fans. So that's when I say eat your proteins. But for me, I'm a meat eater because I love my wings. I love my steaks. And I know somebody who's a meat lover. I won't say his name. But eat your protein in a portion control protein. So that's what I had to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody has their own ways too. You know,
Yeah.
like I think it's just the most important thing is just like besides the whole heartbroken thing. A lot of people use a lot of ways to push themselves to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and there's
Like
a
I
lot of
said,
other ways. You know,
it
there's a
doesn't
lot
have
of
to
other
be.
ways.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
I said, it doesn't have to be like a heartbroken
Yeah.
scenario. It could be like a heartbroken within yourself.
Right. So it's just kind of like you work hard, and I'm gonna tell you this because it's just like you once you get to a point where when you're like, okay, I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
you start eating different. You don't feel the same about eating. The way your portions of food you put in it is not the same like it was before. It's
Yeah.
crazy to say that, but I feel like if you want to make a big impact on yourself, you gotta impact for yourself. You gotta work for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If it takes time for you to distance yourself from everything, do it. But you're gonna like the results at the end of the day. It gets to a point where you're doing the same exact routine and then the weight that you're at, and you
Mhm.
don't get to that weight. So what do you have to do different? Because you're not getting at that weight. I just think in a lot of
And
the things is like for me,
Mhm.
for example, I didn't really contact somebody that like you tell me how to eat, my foods and things like that. I made my
Yeah.
own research. You make your own research on what you can do. You start
Mhm.
doing stuff like that. There's a lot of ways. What really matters, like you said, the discipline, the consistency is the most important key of here. You can't give up. It's
Take
always
it day
the
by day.
toughest. It's always tough. Find a way. Because just like Rafa said, your body can be different. My
Yeah.
body can be different. Me, what's been helping me is the amount of water that I've been drinking has been helping me. Because it helps me. How it works for me is this. The amount of water that I drink a day, I drink a glass of water before I start eating.
Mhm.
And believe it or not, it's worked.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just like you said, it's just don't give up.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's
Everybody
different. Try
has a
something else,
regardless of how human we are, our human bodies is designed differently.
right?
And so we got to take the actions, and this is why it's important to inform yourself how your body is. The
Right.
most important thing is inform yourself about your body. How do your body handle? Maybe you want to do the splits and your body cannot do it at the moment. So what do? You do the research on how to train to do the splits. It's the
YouTube,
same
man.
thing. Huh?
YouTube has been a lot of good key features,
YouTube can
man.
be dangerous because it might have misinformation, if that makes sense. I'm not saying YouTube
Man.
is inaccurate because we are on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm glad you corrected yourself, because I was about to say,
like
whoa,
I'm not,
whoa,
but
chill.
but what I'm saying is, make sure you find yourself the correct information, because there's, even though we are on YouTube, there might be a lot of misinformation out there, and the important thing is to find the right person. And the right person that might be for you might not be right for me. So I mean, personally, I think that those are the I don't think you need a heartbroken. I think you need a realization of and figure it out. What are the things that make you happy? What are the things that you don't find yourself happy about, and change them. I'm not saying, and I'm guilty as this part where like I judge myself critically, that if I fail at something, I will push I dig myself even lower because I judge myself so much. And I know there's people out there the same way. My theory is don't judge yourself that much. Try to say, okay, if I didn't do it today, I got tomorrow. It's okay. I'll do better than what I did yesterday.
Mhm. Yeah.
And every day is a reset button for you guys. Every day, every time you go to sleep, you wake up, it's a reset button. You start the day brand new because whatever you did yesterday, it is done.
Right.
So the only thing that matters is the moment. So
Right.
you gotta focus on the moment. You gotta focus, okay. Either if it is waking up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning, do that.
Dude,
If it,
it's in like I said, Rafa, like I'm trying to get to a goal
mhm.
myself, and I know there's a couple of things I have to change. It just takes your time, take your dedication, be patient with yourself. Because here's one thing I did here. You have to look at this way. How can you love somebody in this case if you're heartbroken? How can you love somebody if you don't love yourself? You have to love yourself first. Your most important thing, and that you have to love yourself first before you can love somebody or somebody to love you. You got to take
Yeah.
care of yourself, no matter what. It's important for you, and I think it's just the dedication, the discipline. Oh, I can't even talk anymore. And consistency. It's the most important thing of all. You have to kind of stay on track. It's not going to be easy, but you
Mhm.
chose the right path. And once you continue to do that, then you do what you got to do best for yourself.
Yeah.
So I'll let you take over that, Rafa. I just think you pull something up in YouTube. Is that what it is? No, it's not YouTube. It's a page of Humberman Lamb.
Right
Lab.
now, I pull up a page of the person that I follow. This Uberman Labs is one of the persons that I found very informative. Is as you can see here, I think I showed it on the previous episodes before, where it talks about the best supplements and protocols, access your creativity, meditation, and the mind, and free will, caffeine. And he's a professor at Stanford who actually does all this research. So you don't have to do the research. If you don't believe on the things that he has said, you can actually do the research yourself. But unfortunately, I don't have time to do the research. So I trust the words of this man right here. And the thing is and look, alcohol and your health. Excuse me. Cannabis and health and harms. So anything that you nutrition, diet, and exercise. He's one of the ones who actually presented the benefits of cold showers and cold plunges. I haven't done that yet because 5 a.m. in the morning
Hey,
showers
hey,
and cold as fuck. I've done it before.
you know what we need to do,
It's so
Rafa?
hard.
You know what we need to do? Ice bath. You
Ice
down?
bath, yeah.
Are you down?
Oh yeah, I'm down.
You down?
Yeah,
Oh,
my dick
okay.
might go inside of me though, but I swear to God, I'll do it. Yo,
Or
so
one
just
day,
saying.
you know which one I've been trying to do as well too. That and I found one in Riverton. It's I forgot what it's called, but put your body in a
Cryo.
temp.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm talking about?
cryo. Yeah,
What's it
yeah, yeah,
called?
yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, cryo.
There.
Cryo.
You know what
Ladies
I'm
and
talking about
gentlemen,
though.
we're struggling. Let it
Today,
hit it on the
today,
comment down
yes.
below. I know. No, not cryptocurrency.
Whoa, that's the wrong. That's a business, bro. That's business. That's something else. What is it called? Cryo.
Cryo.
I seen it.
Man, cold
Oh,
tub.
well,
Uh,
Rafa's look.
cryo,
Uh,
cryotherapy. Oh my god. Woo, let's go. Hey, how
cryotherapy.
much
There you
is
go.
it? Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I
actually,
found
they
it.
have a promotion sometimes. They do have a promotion as well. But that's something that I actually looked into that and researched that for
Oh
your
shit.
body.
Yo. Cryo,
Mm,
$19 special. What?
that's in
19
Murray.
bucks to do it?
Is it in Murray? Let's see. Check the locations. Restore.
Yeah, I definitely want to do this.
It's in Conway Heights, Midvale, Draper,
Draper,
Farmington, Riverton, Salt
10.
Lake. We're in Salt Lake. Scroll down a little. I
Um,
can't see that one. Wilmington.
sorry. Hold on. You see it better?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Let me
Okay.
let me let me take this off. Better?
No, yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're better. You're good, bro.
Wilmington Avenue. No. Maybe Riverton. Maybe
Glenwood
Draper
Heights.
are the two locations.
How
Oh,
about Fort
actually,
Union?
oh, no,
Fort
yeah,
Union.
Fort Union.
It's closer.
What?
Fort Union.
Oh, by Dick Sports? Okay.
It's right at the shopping center, isn't it? That's crazy.
Restore. Yeah, it's right next to.
The mall?
Fuck.
Is it next to the
No,
mall?
it's
There you
right
go.
next to.
The mall
That ain't
center.
right. That's Five Guys right there. Don't tell me right next to Five Guys.
You watch it is. That'd be funny.
All right, let me drop that little dude.
You would know where Five Guys is at, huh? Damn,
Damn,
Dragon.
right. See,
Damn.
Five Guys. Oh, it's right next to Five Guys. This location right here.
Pinche Dragon, bro. Pinche Dragon. No, I know you were a Dragon for
Hey,
sure.
dude. It's, like I said, you gotta enjoy yourself, man.
But yeah, bro. So I think that's a pretty good stuff. And then, like I said, one of these days, hopefully we can make that happen. 'cause
You're
that's
gonna do
something
it? You wanna
Oh
do
yeah.
it?
I'm actually thinking to making a schedule if I can't, because I want to see if it's best to do it after a workout or give yourself some time to have your body to reheal. Because technically, cold temperatures will help your body recover quicker
Mm-hmm.
to readjust, right? So what would be best? So I've been looking to see that, but then this is pretty good. I don't know how long it lasts. I've never done that before. So I mean, shit, it's always a one, willing to try for stuff like that. So see how that goes. But yeah, I'm definitely interested, bro.
Yeah, I am
Interested.
too. Hold on. So let me go ahead and share my screen again, ladies and gentlemen, and show you guys the benefit of
That looks like
cryotherapy.
that looks like God. I look like the picture was God for a second on the picture. My
No.
bad.
All right. So the benefits are pain relief and muscle healing. Chiropractic can help the muscle pain as well as some joint and muscle disorder, such as arthritis, weight loss, reduce inflammation, preventing dementia, preventing and treating cancer, reducing anxiety and depression, improving symptoms of eczema.
Eczema.
Okay.
Yeah.
And treating migraines and
Damn.
headaches.
See, that's a good one. Fortunately, thank God I don't have migraines, but I think that's pretty much good for me, man. That's sign me up. Sign me up.
So, so for those people who are, let me take a look. How much does it cost? I want to see how much does it cost. So,
I'm sure you have like a
yeah,
like a kind of some kind of like a bundle pass or something like that. That looks
all
pretty
right. Based on national average, you can spend, you can pay between $60 to $100 for your first cryo therapy
session. No,
Yeah,
section. Wait.
section.
Session.
Session.
I got you, bro.
The fuck out of here.
You said section, bro.
Yeah, section.
No, session.
Session.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. We understood you. We got you, bro.
Mira, papi. El
I got
inglés no
you.
es mi primera lengua,
I know it is kind of.
pero el español se me está olvidando. So, all right. If you enjoy it, you may be able to purchase a package that offers a number of sessions at a discount price.
Fucking Rafa, bro.
How many sessions is needed? In most cases, you will begin to feel the benefit after 3 to 5 consecutive sessions. Let's see. No.
Wait. Look at that. Covered by insurance, huh? Let's see.
Some specialty insurers will provide some cryotherapy coverage, but they either require a very high minimum premium or that the insurer has a medical director, which rules out a lot of centers. So you need like a doctor's note or a very high expensive. And see, this is why I want to, I mean, not for today's episode, like we're coming to an end.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been pushing that hour. But this is what one of the things I want to talk about: health insurance in America. I think is very critical that United States needs to become with healthcare provided by the government, and I will do the research on how and why. I think the why is because that way everybody can be covered. That way, insulin doesn't cost more than $200.
Yeah, we'll save that for next one because I have an experience, a personal experience with one of my. Yeah, that's
That will be a different topic.
yeah. I'm with you on that one. So,
but yeah, man, I think this is a good time to leave the episode and hit you with slow jams hits. But anyways, everyone.
All right.
Well, go ahead and give your
guys.
outro.
Well, thank you guys for listening to this episode. Again, if you don't feel comfortable talking about this with in the air, feel free to message us here directly. We're more than happy to listen to you, to listen to your opinion. You want to talk about anything, that's what we're here for. Next time, just join us for the next available Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, even YouTube here will be here. And just want to say, thank you guys for listening, staying tuned, and we'll see you back again next time. Have a good night.
And thank you so much for joining another episode of Talking with Rafael, with your host, Rafael. And make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and hit us up on either the IG down below or Twitter or the email right there. Let us know and make sure you share it with your friends and family. Until next time, Erwin.
See you guys later.
We're tired. This is our This is like, all right, dude. Like, all right, fuck it.